History Mini Docs Podcast.
Black History Mini Docs.
And welcome to Black History Mini Docs Podcast. I am your host for this episode, Reed R. McCants. And in fact, we're celebrating, this is our fourth season. This is season 4, and this is episode 1. Now, once a month, we're going to try to feature a show devoted specifically towards what we have in store for you for the month of June. We got some really exciting brand new premiere mini docs, and we're going to talk about that and play a little snippet here and there. We're going to try to do this once a month from here on in, so I hope you're able to tune in and enjoy. So without any further ado, we're going to get started. First up, earlier this month, we premiered an exciting Curtis Mayfield mini doc. Let me play a little snippet of that for you.
By 1964, Mayfield became one of the first R&B singer-songwriters to bring racial and political consciousness to music. Like our leaders tell us to, it was a bold anthem during a rough time for blacks in America, but that song gave hope to so many. By 1965, it was time for No Jive, and all were waiting to join the Freedom Train.
People get ready. There's a train coming.
By 1968, Curtis's music made us defiant, yet inspired. It would seem somehow Mayfield had his hand on the pulse of black people around the world.
With that piece we did for Curtis Mayfield, of course, Curtis's birthday was June 3rd. Now, his music was a driving force, and I remember I was around during that time, and a little kid, but I remember listening to the songs on the radio that Curtis would come out and be inspired, you know. Even the song "I'm So Proud," which we don't talk about in the mini doc, you know, was more of a love song, but it had a sense during that period of time of pride and dignity that blacks were starting to feel good about themselves and feel good about being black. So Curtis did a fantastic job in conveying the emotions, of course, during the civil rights movement. But it's kind of hard to imagine what it would have been like without Curtis Mayfield and his music. So I hope you're able to take a look and check out the video on YouTube. And of course, you can catch all of our podcasts on Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and most of your podcast networks, and of course, at our BHMD website. I don't want to leave out our feature, Charlie Sifford. Charlie Sifford, the magnificent golfer. It was a micro doc. So please, if you get a chance, check that one out as well. Earlier this week, a mini doc celebrating the birth of John Carlos, who, of course, a Harlem native, former track and field athlete, professional football player, and in the Summer Olympics. And he was the cat who put up his hand, Black Power salute at the podium, along with his good friend Tommy Smith. And that caused a lot of political controversy. So check that one out as well on YouTube. Also, we highlighted the magnificent Gwendolyn Brooks in a brand new mini doc that we did and premiered on June 7th in celebration of her birthday.
Here's a little piece from that mini doc. A street in Bronzeville, real cool. Families of the poor, beckoning, riot, alone. She wrote more than just poems. She wrote life. Gwendolyn Brooks. Born in 1917, Brooks was a lifelong resident of Chicago.
She wrote her first poem when she was only 13 years old.
She captured the voices of the poor, adolescents, old folks who take comfort in their memories, themes of identity, race, and everyday life. Much honored in her own life, Gwendolyn is one of the most widely read poets of the 20th century.
Gwendolyn Brooks, an exceptional poet, author, and teacher, certainly a history maker, and one of my favorite poets of all time. We're also premiering a new doc on Charlotte Hawkins Brown, author, educator, and she was the founder of the Palmer Memorial Institute. That's going to be premiering in a few days. Also, we're going to be re-airing our mini doc on Hazel Scott, jazz musician and classical pianist and singer. Now, Hazel Scott did this micro doc. I think it was a mini doc. First time, this is going to be the return on YouTube and some of our other social media pages. So don't forget to look out for that as well. It's going to be a really busy month for us. I know it's going to be the beginning of summer in June, but we kind of stay busy trying to keep on educating folks. We're going to have John Standard, which is a micro doc that we did a while. We'll be republishing that on YouTube. A brand new mini doc on James Weldon Johnson. And Wilmer Rudolph will also premiere, as well as re-airing Paul Laurence Dunbar, a mini doc that we've done in the past on him, of course, and we're going to re-air Kwame, Ture, Stokely Carmichael.
And a new one on Lena, Horne. So we're going to be really busy. But lastly, I want to announce something special that we are preparing this month. It's our Forgotten Freedom Fighter series.
This is going to be a longer than usual mini doc. It will last about 3 minutes or so. 2-part series at least. We may do a third one depending on the success of it.
These docs will include 8 to 10 stories of the lesser known people.
Now, everybody knows about Frederick Douglass and, W.B. Du Bois and everybody else, but we're going to go in and go a little bit deeper and try to tell the stories of some of the freedom fighters that we just don't hear about that often. So that's going to be exciting. Well, that sort of wraps up what we have in store for you this month. It's going to be an exciting one, I believe. It's good to be back with the podcast. Of course, you can always catch us on Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn Radio, Spotify.
Pretty much everywhere you get your podcasts. And of course, at our Black History Mini Docs website.
So please log on to there. We have some stuff that's exclusive to the website. You're only going to see it there. So when you get a chance, just hop on over there. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and thumbs us up. We can sure use your support. We're doing a little less on Facebook. We're posting because we want to do more mini docs. We did a lot of posts, a lot of graphic art and tributes on Facebook, and they're still up. And we appreciate all the people who are sharing them still today. And I see some of the posts that we've done 10 years ago being shared still today. And we really appreciate all of you wonderful people out there who want to continue on expanding and exploring the legacies of Black people. I think that's about all for this month. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next month. We'll break down some of the wonderful things. I'll try to get in a little bit earlier, but we'll break down some of the wonderful things that we'll have in store for you for the month of July. But in the meantime, peace out. We love you. Stay cool. Stay right. Bye-bye.
5, 3, 2.
Black History Mini Docs Podcast.
Black History Mini Docs.